cousin falsely accused me, and now my family is reaching out after 10 years. I was raised in what you'd call a regular American home, nothing fancy, just your typical family setup. My folks worked hard, punching the clock at their jobs, but they always made time for me and my 3 older sisters. We weren't the kind of family that hugged all the time or had deep talks, but we got along fine, no big fights or drama. Same deal with my aunts, uncles, and cousins. They lived a couple hours away, so we'd catch up at summer barbecues or around the Christmas tree, laughing and swapping stories. It was good, but as we all grew up, life pulled us in different directions. Everybody got busy with their own stuff, jobs, kids, you name it. I'm 31 now, and back when I was 22, studying at college, my world got flipped upside down by a phone call from my mom. I was in the middle of a video game with my buddies, so I let the first call go to voicemail. But when she rang again right away, I knew something was up. In our family, 2 calls in a row meant serious business, like someone was in the hospital or worse. So, I stepped away, picked up, and heard a mess of noise on the other end, people shouting, like a fight was brewing. Then it got quiet, like Mom ducked into another room and shut the door. Her voice was shaky, and I could tell she'd been crying. I asked what was wrong, and she hit me with a question that stopped me cold. Did I have anything to confess about my cousin Emily? Emily's my cousin on Mom's side, 7 years younger than me, just 15 back then. I hadn't seen her in years, so I was clueless and said, "No, what's this about?" That's when Mom lost it, sobbing and yelling that Emily told my sister, who told her and my aunt, that when Emily was 9 and I was 16, I'd done something awful to her. She said Emily claimed she was in my room playing when I came in, touched her inappropriately under her clothes, and kissed her. I was floored, couldn't even get words out. It felt like a sick prank. Mom was screaming, demanding I explain myself, but I just kept saying it wasn't true, that Emily was making it up. She went on about how Emily's story was so detailed, like it had to be real, and kept asking me, "Did you do this? Did you do that?" I shouted no every time, but it didn't matter. The call ended with Mom putting me on speaker, and both her and Dad told me they were done with me, to never contact them again. Later that day, 2 of my sisters texted, calling me vile names before blocking my number. I don't know why, but after that call, I stood under a hot shower for ages, like I could wash the whole thing away. I still don't get why I did that. Once I pulled myself together, I tried calling and texting everyone: Mom, Dad, my sisters, even Emily. Nobody picked up. Those who hadn't blocked me yet did it quick. The only response I got was a text from Dad telling me to leave them alone, that they needed to heal. That was 9 years ago, and I haven't talked to a single family member since. To say it wrecked me is putting it mildly. For weeks, I was in a fog, barely eating, just existing. It didn't help that this hit right before I had to defend my college thesis. I was already a nervous wreck, but my project partner noticed I was off and carried me through the presentation, handling the tough parts so I could scrape by. Without him, I'd have flunked for sure. Nobody showed up to my graduation, not that I expected them to. That kicked off the darkest time of my life. For a whole year, I was paranoid, waiting for the cops to show up and arrest me for something I didn't do. I couldn't find a job, just burned through my savings. I started drinking too much, messed around with painkillers, and got angry, real angry. I never hurt anybody, mostly because I kept to myself, but I came close. One night, I smashed a glass in my apartment, and my neighbor called the police. I played it off, told them I dropped it, and since I was alone, they left me be. At my lowest, I'd lie awake, plotting ways to get back at Emily, dark stuff I'm not proud of, like hurting her or worse. I landed a job in my field in late 2015, and that's when things started looking up. Work gave me something to focus on, something normal. I cut back on the drinking, started smiling again, even if it was forced at first. I didn't spend much, and my job paid decent, so I treated myself on my birthdays: a virtual reality headset one year, a motorcycle the next, some fancy Lego sets. Last year, I moved out of my crummy apartment and bought a little house with a garage and a garden, something I'd always wanted. It felt like a win, like I was building a life again. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm still struggling. I've been on antidepressants for a while now. They keep the worst thoughts at bay, but they don't make me happy, they just make me numb. Trusting people? That's gone. I tried dating, went out with 2 women, but I freeze up, can't talk like a normal guy. What am I supposed to say when they ask about my family? Yeah, they thought I was a monster, cut me off, but it's cool, I'm innocent. My job's mostly guys, so the only woman I really talk to is my therapist, who's been a lifeline. Then, a few days back, I got a text from Mom. I stared at my phone for hours, scared to open it, like it might burn me. When I finally read it, it was like a punch to the gut. She said it's been too long, they miss me, want to know how I'm doing. She talked about my sisters, their kids, turns out I'm an uncle, and I had no clue. She ended it saying they love me, always will, signed Mom and Dad. The next day, another text came. This one said they get why I might not want to talk, but last month, at a family get-together, my name came up. Emily was acting like what happened to her was no big deal, and when it got awkward, she admitted she made it all up, said it was probably a dream. They were stunned, said they only cut me off to protect Emily, but now they know she was wrong, and they're mad at her. They've told everyone the truth and want to talk, want me to meet my sisters' families, asking if I can forgive them. I haven't replied, but they know I've seen it. I'm boiling inside, all those old wounds ripped open. Part of me wants to call them and let loose, make them feel every ounce of pain I went through, make them regret it till they break. I even think about going after Emily, making her life hell. But another part of me just wants to keep going as is, with my house, my bike, my garden. I don't have friends, just co-workers I'm not tight with. I called my therapist's office, but she's on vacation for weeks, and I don't want a stranger. So here I am, asking folks online what to do. Ignore them and keep my life as is? Or respond, and if I do, what do I even say? Meeting them face to face feels like a bad move for now. I used to dream they'd beg for forgiveness, groveling at my feet, but a text? That's not how I pictured it. About 3 months later, things shifted, some good, some bad. Emily sent me a long text, apologizing, saying she's got mental health issues and her parents are getting her help. It felt like a cop-out. Growing up, she was always this bright, happy kid, not someone with problems, until that day in 2014. Her apology seemed like a list of excuses with a half-hearted sorry tacked on. I was set on moving forward, making my life better, but that text pushed me over the edge. I wanted to tear into her, say the nastiest things I could think of. What I sent was, "You think your mental health is rough? Try being kicked out of your family for a decade, starting your adult life with nothing, and see how that messes with your head. I'm still picking up the pieces, and I don't need the person who ruined me giving me reasons why. Your family might not have known, but you did, and you waited years to say anything. Be glad I'm still here. I might work things out with my parents and sisters, but you? I'll never forgive you for what you've done to me and my life. Stay away and don't contact me again." She didn't reply, but I know she read it. Maybe she got the message. On the brighter side, I responded to my parents. We didn't just text, we had a long phone call, 3 or 4 hours. Hearing their voices was strange. They used to mean home, safety, but after that day, they were tied to betrayal. At first, I hated it, memories of them yelling at me for something I didn't do flooding back. But the talk was real, not what I expected. I thought they'd make excuses like Emily, but they apologized over and over, owned up to everything they got wrong. They said it's been eating at them for years, and now, knowing the truth, they're ashamed. I asked why they didn't listen to me, their own son, over Emily. They said her story was so convincing they felt trapped, but they struggled with it. I told them they should have at least tried to help me instead of cutting me off, but they had no good answer, just said it haunted them. They wanted to reach out after a couple years but figured I'd shut them down, which got me mad. Son or not, they should have tried. We agreed to keep talking, no visits yet, but it's a start. I'm still angry, but I feel like maybe we can rebuild something. We check in regularly now, and our chats are slowly feeling like they used to. I don't know when I'll visit or how I'll handle seeing them, hugging the people who threw me away. A few months later, things got better. People online kept saying to sue Emily, and yeah, what she did was awful, but I don't see the point. It's been 10 years, and I just want it done. A lawsuit would cost more than I can afford, and Emily never went to the cops, so that's something. My parents cut her off, and knowing she's getting a taste of what I went through feels like enough. I visited them a week ago, just them, not the whole family. I'm taking it slow. I was nervous about how it'd go. How do you greet people who broke your life? But when I saw them, I didn't feel hate. I felt relief, like maybe things could be normal again. Is that weird? We had dinner, talked, and it got heavy. I didn't hold back, told them every detail of how bad it got my darkest days. Mom cried, hearing it all. They know they can't undo it but want a better future. They suggested I come for Christmas, meet everyone, but I said I need time, though I'm open to it later. The hate's fading, and I feel lighter, like 10 years of weight is lifting. I've started dating too, met a great woman, and it's getting serious. Life's looking up, and for the first time in forever, I'm hopeful. If you're dealing with your own grudges, take it from me, it can get better, even if it takes a decade.